till like this lash is like hitting my brow. Alright, so today we're doing a first impressions video on a ton of products from a brand that I hadn't heard anything about. They have around 600,000 Instagram followers, so they are pretty big in other parts of the world, but they're newly new to the US. They just arrived on ULTA. We're gonna be testing out a bunch of their stuff. I went on their website to just see a little bit more about them. They're an Italian indie brand and they are fully cruelty-free and vegan. So if you're excited for this video and you enjoy while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. If you're subscribed, make sure you have the bell turned on. I know it's annoying, but you do need to click the bell and turn on notifications if you want to get notified when I upload. Alright, I cleaned my desk last night and it feels so amazing. I can see things. It is truly shocking how quick your desk gets when you film, because 1 minute it's clean and the next minute after you film a video there's like 45 products all over the place they gotta put away again. So I have the foundation in this box. They sent little like samples of the shades. They sent all this stuff. A lot of this isn't available in ULTA yet. By the time this video goes up it might be, but all of it's available on their website and they said they have like free shipping to the US. I asked her, and this is not sponsored. I'm not getting paid at all to do this. I just thought it would be fun since it's a new brand to see how it is. I would say about 90% of the stuff that comes in PR I never show. It gets donated or given away or whatever, so there's no obligation for me to review this at all. I'm gonna pick out a shade. Ooh, the sponge feels very soft. The brush bristles feel soft. It kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, just looks kind of cheapy to me, but feels soft. This is the Nabla Close-Up Futuristic Foundation. Weightless, soft focus, perfection. This one is the shade L10. I think that'll be a little too light and yellow. Let's see, L20. 20 might be too dark. Okay, maybe I am L10. I might be like in between L10 and L20, so I'm just gonna grab both these. I do want to see what the claims are supposed to be for this foundation, so I'm just gonna look that up real quick. Oh, I guess they're available on Beauty Bay too. That's what the first link was that just came up. So retails for $35. Looks like it comes in 20 shades on Beauty Bay at least. It says it offers weightless and buildable coverage that lasts all day, innovative coated pigments, extremely buildable, incredible soft focus, naturally luminous matte finish. Soft focus, naturally luminous matte finish. Okay, so like a satin finish probably. Let's first try L10. That looks like it's gonna be too light. I feel like I'm gonna be a mix between those two shades. Maybe not once I blend it in them. My neck is so much lighter than my face that sometimes it looks like shockingly light at first, but I'm like, oh wait, that actually matches, you know? Yeah, like that doesn't look too off actually looking at my neck. I tinted my brows again and I posted about it on Instagram stories and a lot of you guys were asking about what I use, so let me know down below if you want to see a video on that. So I'm not going to be doing a full day wear test in this video because my health has been in the shitter this last month and I basically am just trying to film in the like 2 to 3 hours where I'm out of bed. So, but I will try and update you guys on this foundation if I end up wearing it again. I'm gonna try like my cheek area down here just with the dry sponge. I know I should dampen this, but I'm feeling like I don't want to go to the sink right now. Actually, I'm gonna wait and use this for concealer because I know my LA Girl sponge does really well with dry foundations. Usually it looks better dry than damp. It's looking a bit dry right here. I feel like I used a lot of product, but it still looks pretty light coverage. You can still see freckles and stuff coming through and some redness. So I'm going to see if I can build this up with a sponge and just add a little bit more. So it's supposed to be super buildable, just not super into it. So they're just looking a bit dry. I feel like I have foundations that look a lot better. And this one is pretty expensive. It's 35 bucks. I'm just not getting the kind of coverage that I really like, especially for putting on 2 layers. If I'm gonna build it up, I want it to like cover everything, or else I would just go in with like a super dewy skin light kind of light coverage foundation. My pores don't look like overly emphasized, so maybe a little bit soft focus. Okay, so this I am so curious about because what does this look like? Packaging pretty much looks exactly like the Tarte Shape Tape, so I don't know if this is like supposed to be a dupe for that, but this is the Close-Up Stay Full Smooth Concealer. I'm probably going to be the shade yeah, I'm definitely going to be the shade Porcelain. This concealer retails for $21, so not a cheap concealer, and it comes in 12 shades. It says it's full coverage and it gives a natural flawless finish. It looks kind of liquidy actually, just like getting it off that wand. I'm going to start off with one eye just to see how it goes. Off the bat, it feels much more thin than the Tarte Shape Tape. It feels like a thin, liquidy kind of concealer. The shade is definitely too yellow and a little bit dark. Definitely looks like it's drying down matte right away. Like it dries pretty quickly, so I'm glad I didn't do both eyes at one time. I might try light ivory on the other side just to see if it's a better undertone. Because I usually use powders to like lighten up my under eyes if the concealer is too dark, I would rather have it be the right undertone and be a little bit darker than be lighter with the yellow undertone, you know? So I'm going to try light ivory here. Doesn't look bad. I'm going to actually add a little bit more. I like that it's really light feeling. I don't think it fully covered everything. I'm going to try leaving it on for like a couple seconds. Sometimes that helps with the coverage. If you have a concealer that's like supposed to be full coverage but you just can't get full coverage from it, try just leaving it for like 10 to 30 seconds and then blending it out, and sometimes it does magical things. This concealer brush I always get asked about is the Morphe E45. That's what I've been using for concealer. Take a coffee break, you know, do your thing. Okay, so I am getting more coverage now. I think what I would have to do with this one is just let it chill there, because now it looks like full coverage. It looks nice and bright. I like the thin consistency. I would use that again. Not a fan of the yellowness in it though. Okay, so I have all 3 shades of their powder here, which I think I'm going to try and use in different ways. The light powder actually looks pretty light. It says smoothing pressed powder. I don't know how much coverage this is supposed to have, but it looks pretty light, so I might try using this for my under eye. And then the medium shade I think I could do for my face. It might be a little bit dark. Oh, that's gonna be dark. I could try mixing this shade with the light for my face. Oh wait, don't I also have, I also have a loose powder, which you guys know how I feel about, but sometimes they surprise me. They've been surprising me lately. It says it's the baking and setting powder, translucent. So I might just use this around my pore area. Whenever something says it's translucent, I don't like using that for my full face typically. Ooh, it feels really soft. Okay, so that color shows up a bit darker on the face than it does in the pan. Now my under eyes are definitely darker than my face and they look pretty yellow. You can see the difference between this side that looks nice and bright and then this side that just like fully darkened it. So I guess I will be using that light shade for my face, but I'm going to have to mix in a lighter powder. Anytime I have to do that, I use the Maybelline Superstay because it's super light. This is in the shade 102 Fair Porcelain, and this just brightens everything up. Ooh, I hit pan. Look at that. Just really helps to brighten anytime you're like, oh crap, my concealer is way too dark right now. I'm going to try the shade Light of the pressed powder for the rest of my face. And I'm going to use this Koki 618 brush. I don't know, I was playing around with makeup last night and just like putting random things all over my face, and I found this brush and it was super soft. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to kind of avoid my pore area because I do want to try the translucent powder there. Okay, so this doesn't have a whole lot of coverage at all. I would say light coverage. It's not adding any kind of coverage to my scarring and stuff right there. So I'm only going to use this on my temples up here since it is darkening it. And I like a dewier finish right here. Not very impressed by the powder. I am obsessed with this brush for using for loose powder around my pore area and my chin. This is the BH Cosmetics number 4 brush. Super affordable. I think they only sell this in a set, but the set is super cheap, and I have a few other brushes I love from this set. The powder is $29. It has 1 review on Beauty Bay, and it is 1 star. $29? No way, Jose. Let me see about the loose powder. This loose powder we're about to use is $22. So I'm just gonna tap some in the lid here. Powder kind of gets stuck in here. Like you gotta really tap it to get any out. Hopefully this does some good blurring. Okay, it does seem to be mattifying. Like it doesn't have any kind of glow to it, like the Physicians Formula powder I've been obsessed with. I don't know if it did a whole lot of blurring. I feel like it basically just mattified. It might have darkened a little bit. My upper lip looks a little bit dark now. Okay, hopefully this kind of turns around with some of these eye products and stuff. The face products, so far the standout is the concealer. So I have a couple options for brows here. They have a dip brow kind of situation, just a potted brow product called Brow Pot. It says waterproof brow color. Looks like a nice like rich brown, brownish black. And then there's also a Brow Define Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. Okay, Jupiter looks like it's a little bit of a more warm brown, and then Uranus looks like it's a little bit more cool tones. So I think I'm gonna start out with Jupiter. I'll probably dip into that potted product too, the pomade. There's the word. Pomade was not coming to my brain. But maybe use it for like the tail of my brows. I'm going through one of those brow phases right now where I feel like anytime I do my brows, I just am like, what is happening on my face? So hopefully we have a good brow day today. This one's actually looking pretty gray. This one has a nice stiffness to it. Oh, I just realized there's a spoolie too on the other end, so that's nice. You can get a really nice fine line. I do like that. I'm gonna try the pomade product and just add a little bit of this to the tail. Seems to be nice and pigmented. I do like it. I sent over a lot of shades of their blushes and bronzers, and I just kept the ones that I thought would be best suited for my skin tone. So this one looks like it's gonna be nice and cool tone, so I'm curious. This is in the shade Gotham. It's their Shade and Glow, and these are $12, so pretty affordable. You obviously have to put them in a palette, like a Z palette or some kind of magnetic palette, but not bad. And then this one looks like more of a bronzer shade. This is Monoi. It looks like it has a little bit of a glow. I think the blush I'm going to use is the one that's a little bit more pinky. This is Coralia. And then this one, which is a little bit more coral, ironically, is Hey Honey. Actually, I don't know. This one might look good with this shirt today. So I'm going to try the lightest contour shade right here first. Ooh. Okay, that looks nice. It looks like a subtle contour. I'm gonna try it with a different brush on the other side. One of my pet peeves is when I can see my scarring and stuff coming through when I blend stuff on top. I feel like if I was wearing like a, you know, good base right now and putting this on top, I would like it a lot better. I think that shade is really pretty. I like how it looks on this side a lot. I'm gonna go back in with this brush and kind of build it up. If you're around my skin tone, I think this shade could be really nice. I do want to warm up my face a little bit, so I'm going to try the bronzer shade right next to it that looks like it has a little bit of a glow. I'm all about a nice like satin kind of bronzer. Can't tell what I think of it yet. I'm going to bring this up to my temples. Oh, okay. Ooh, I like the glow that this has. It definitely is not matte, so if you like a fully matte bronzer, you wouldn't like this, but it looks really pretty. Almost looks like a cream product sitting up there because of the glow. Now I'm excited to try the blush. So I'm gonna go into the more I don't know. I'm gonna go into that one. No. I'm gonna go into that one. I feel like for some reason these are gonna be super pigmented. Not at all. Okay, I like that. I like when you can like build blushes up. That looks pretty. The blush, bronzer, and contour are winners. And for 12 bucks, it's pretty good. There is a slight shimmer to that blush, but it's not overkill. Oh, do we not have a highlight? Oh, sad. No highlight. I feel like I did. Well, instead, I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Lit Flex Highlight. So pretty. I'm going to use their brush, though. It looks like it might be nice for highlight because it is pretty, like, flimsy at the tip. And this is just their Precision Powder Brush. No, it's a little too bendy for under my eyes. Okay, I'm going to try it as a highlight brush. This highlight is so pretty. Probably wouldn't reach for this brush again for highlight, but it works. I'm craving an Einstein cranberry bagel. Ooh, or burgers. We don't have burgers in Washington. It's very unfortunate. I'm gonna prime using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. So they sent over a few eyeshadow palettes. I put a couple in like a giveaway thing, but these were the two that kind of stood out to me. So I'm gonna maybe do like a combo of the two or just choose one, but here's the Poison Garden palette. So here's the shades in the Poison Garden. I love that blue. I think I wanna do some like emeralds today to like tie in the headband and thing, but I might also add in some of that blue. And then this is the Secret palette. The outside of these feel really nice. Looks like there's some nice neutral tones, but then you also have these really pretty, okay, we're going with this one. I'm gonna use these three shades for sure. So I'm gonna start out with the shade Contigo right here. Looks like it's a little bit pink toned. I already primed my eyes, did I say that? I can't remember. Very pigmented. Blended out nicely. So far, so good. So I think I'm going to put Addiction, which is the blue shade, all over the lid and then pop a little bit of the emerald shade right on the center, I think. Ooh, look at that blue. I'm actually going to switch brushes. So I'm bringing this all the way in. I don't want to bring it too high up because I'm going to use another shade to blend out those edges probably. And this is with a brush too. Usually to get this kind of pigmentation, I usually have to use my finger. So I'm basically just packing this shade on and then bringing it up a little bit slowly. I don't want to bring it too high because that's when it gets weird when you use like colors like this and bring it too high into your crease. My edges aren't like fully blended yet. I'm just putting that color down first and then we'll add something afterward. But I'm going to go in with this shade Rosemary now. I'm going to take it on my finger and I'm going to press that on. It's pretty subtle. Okay, I was going to do it as like a pop, but I'm just bringing this all over. I thought it was going to be a little bit lighter and like more green. First I'm going to go in with the brown shade just to like blend a little bit upwards. So I'm going to go with Mea Culpa. Don't really know where I'm putting this right now. Ooh, that's a pretty brown. The matte shades are super pretty. Ooh, look at that brown. That is like rich. I love that when you blend these, they don't blend away, but they also don't like drag too high up. Like I'm blending this brown, and sometimes this would get like totally overkill if you're doing that. And it's just kind of staying in place, but still blending out, which I love. I've decided since that rosemary shade wasn't super exciting, I'm just gonna keep it matte. So I'm gonna go actually back in just with my finger and take Addiction and just press on over. And then using that same Sigma brush, just blending that out. I'm going to take Ghibli right here just to add a tiny bit of warmth. And I'm just going to add that right to the top here. I don't want this to get too like murky looking, so I'm going to chill on the dark colors at the moment, but I need to pop something in my inner corner. And I'm not sure what that is going to be. Here's Creation Crown, that looks pretty. Here's Aesthetic. The shimmers look pretty subtle. Let's see if there's anything in Poison Garden, the other palette. There's a light matte, which actually might look good. Fabric looks really pretty too. Ooh, I think we're gonna take Fabric. It looks like a super pretty, almost like rose gold, but not too pink. Try not wetting it first, and then maybe I'll wet it. I'm bringing it up a little bit high because I feel like that blue needs to be kind of covered right there. I'm like not crazy about this, but I think once I have lashes on, hopefully it'll come together. I'm gonna take the same Fabric shade and put it on my lower lash line. That shade is really pretty. Like I would totally put that just all over the lid. Pop some bronzer in the crease. Call it a day. Okay, before I decide what to do for my lower lash line, I'm just gonna pop some black liner in my waterline. So this is their Nabla Velvet Line Bombay Black. Oh yeah. That's a nice black liner. You know those ones that just like glide on the waterline super easily? You don't have to go over it 10 times. That is super black and it went on really easily. So I'm actually gonna take a little bit of this down below to smudge it out. I do want to try their black eyeshadow, so I'm going to take my liner brush. This is the Morphe E43. We're going with Nabla. I'm going to go back with Mea Culpa, that brown. Oh, that shade is so freaking pretty. They remind me a little bit of the Anastasia mattes. They're just super pigmented and they blend, but they're not like too blendy. Because I'm curious, I'm going to take a little bit of that black shade and use it to smoke it out a little bit more on the top lash line. I've been loving using this brush for it. It's the Sigma 4D HD Precision. It's not meant for eyeshadow, but it works really well for doing this because it has this angled side. The black is nice. It's not like blowing my mind. It's not like as black as some of the Morphe black shades in their palettes. It's kind of like blending away a little bit too. I'm going to put on false lashes, but I do want to try this mascara from them. Major Pleasure Volume Extension Mascara. Ooh, pretty bottle. It feels really nice and heavy too. It feels kind of like the Milk Makeup mascara. Something needs to happen like on the top here, but I feel like every time I add something, I don't want it to get like too murky. Feels pretty dry, which I don't mind, but I usually like layering more dry mascaras as a second mascara. I think I would like this as a second mascara. It doesn't seem to be super volumizing. It's supposed to be a volume mascara, but I'm going to put on false lashes. I need something dramatic. I think we're going to try the Rude Cosmetics Melodramatic. Ooh, fitting. Ooh, wait, I have a liner. Okay, wait, I'm going to put on some liner. This is their Serial Liner Precision Liquid Waterproof Liner. Pretty pink packaging. Kind of looks like the Too Faced one. A little bit. Different color, obviously, but interesting. Looks like it has a brush applicator, which I love. Wasn't planning on doing a wing, or I would have done this before mascara, but forgot we had it. Looks nice and black. It's going over the shadow nicely. I don't think I'm going to wing it out because the lashes, I think, will do that. And honestly, the way my makeup's going today, I don't want to mess up a wing. I feel like it would happen. It has a little bit of a shine to it. I don't mind that. I know some people like only matte black liners, but it does have a little bit of a shine. Okay, now let's go with the lashes. I'm definitely gonna have to trim these babies down because they are super long. Okay. I was just watching an Alex Garza vlog as I was putting on the lashes, but these are definitely dramatic. So I have liquid lipsticks here to try and a lipstick shade that I kept. This shade looks right up my alley. It's in the shade Chloe. Looks like a really pretty nude. It might be a little bit too peachy, but I might layer this on top of a liquid lipstick, just depending on how the shade looks on its own. But this is their Dreamy Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Zen. Love the packaging. Reminds me of ColourPop kind of, actually. So these retail for, oh, $16 on Ulta, but $18 on Beauty Bay. Oh, this is like exactly the tone I was hoping for. This is so pretty. It smells like vanilla. Okay, heck to the yeah. So the shade of this, so pretty. I feel like this is going to be such a pretty nude for fall. This was like exactly the tone and shade and everything that I was hoping for. I would totally wear this shade again. I think it's beautiful. It does feel a little bit dry. It's more of one of those like thin liquid lipstick formulas, which I don't mind. If it lasts well throughout the day and I like the shade of it, I'm kind of fine with that. I might go over it with that lipstick shade just because I kind of want to see what this looks like. I can always go back over it with the liquid lipstick if I want to darken it. It smells like lipstick. Okay. Whoa. That's actually just like slightly lightening it. It has a nice like stick to it. Could be because it's on top of the liquid lipstick. But this is the final look. So the standout kind of products to me are definitely the face blush bronzer, not highlight, blush bronzer contour. These things are pretty affordable, $12 a pan. I would totally use all three of these again. I'm excited to try the other blush shade too. The concealer, I'm excited to try again. I feel like once I use my normal powders with it, I'll like it a lot better. I do think you need to leave it on for like 20 seconds before you blend it out if you want the coverage, but I like how lightweight it is. Doesn't remind me anything of the Tarte Shape Tape, so I think the packaging is just like similar. And then the lip products are my other top, and the eyeliner was pretty good too. I have drugstore black eyeliners that do the same thing, so I feel like that totally isn't worth it, but I do love the lip products, and I think those were kind of like my top products. Everything else I would probably pass on. Oh, the eyeshadow palette. So the shades I tried out of these palettes are really pretty. A lot of the metallic shades didn't seem like they were going to be like super intense, but some people like more subtle metallics. I do think if I like wet that rose gold shade and put it on my lid, I could probably get it really intense, but the matte shades are so beautiful, especially the browns. Like the browns in this palette were unreal. These are pretty pricey. I want to say they're like 39 bucks, so they're not cheap palettes, but we did have some winners. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Let me know if there are any other Nabla products that I need to try out. If you are based in another country and you like know more about this brand and you know the good products, let me know down below. But if you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.